One time, Gurudev, this time, in morning walk, going, Gurudev going morning walk, in one car with Madhav Maharaj, Damodar Maharaj, and Brajanath Prabhu, and Bansi Prabhu, Uttam Prabhu, and myself. I took one stool, not chair, tool, short tool, plastic. Why Gurudev walking, sometime resting. This I am Gurudev gone front and Gurudev's back, all devotees going. Gurudev then look back, look me seriously, and told, it's a tool, brought tool, where chamar and where Mayur Pankha, where your fan. I am scared. Gurudev, Madhav Maharaj said, no problem. Gurudev, joking. Said Gurudev, and Gurudev asking Damodar Maharaj ji, Gurudev one place standing, and all devotees surrounding Gurudev, standing there, and asking Damodar Maharaj, asking Gurudev to Gurudev, Gurudev, this in Puri, this greatest place, very favorite place, where? Gurudev said, Jagannath temple, Puri famous for Jagannath temple, and also Tota Gopinath, non-living temperance of Bansi God, and one place in Sundarachal, this Gundicha temple. This is a permanent place.
One time I went to Braj Mandala Parikrama, and I went inside a darshan with Gurudev, and in front of me were sitting this really nice devotee family with their kids, and they were really having this intimate exchange with Gurudev, leaning on his bed, and they knew each other since many, many years. And I was sitting in the back on my own and just felt a bit like, oh man, I just come from the street anyhow, what can I do? Kind of useless. And then Gurudev, he just looked in my direction and he said that my door is always open for anybody at any time. And I was just thinking, he exactly kind of knew how I feel and what I was thinking, and he never really, he always saw through, he always is seeing through any, it doesn't matter if you're a girl, if you're a boy, if you're second generation, if you're a natta from the street, doesn't really matter. He just sees the soul, and he wants to give bhakti and pure love for Krishna, for everybody. And also, he's always there, for anybody at any time. So Gurudev actually didn't disappear. We can connect with him in the temple through the Vaishnavas. He's giving so much all the time. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita that Guru is he's like all the demigods in one person, and Guru. So Guru, he is like Vishnu, because he is maintaining the bhakti of the jiva. Also, he is like Brahma, he's creating He's giving the seed of bhakti, and as well he is like Shiva because he's destroying all the anarthas. So in this way, Gurudev, he's looking always after us, and we can come anything. It doesn't matter who we are, if we know him personally, if not, he's always there and he's always ready to help us. You can just come to him and pray, and for sure he's going to help us.
When I came to Srila Gurudeva in 1996, he obviously, he's a Mahabhagat, so he can see everything about me. And he never chastised me. And he would never chastise Ananga, my ex-wife. He'd always pat her on the head and call her Princess of Wales. And never called me the Prince of Wales. He just patted me on the head and smiled at me and made sure that whenever I went up for cookies, at the sweets at the end of any Harikatha, he'd see my hand, because it's massive, and he'd put 2 in my hand. He'd look up at me, check it's your shoulder, and give me 2. So I was always getting, I was always treated like really sweetly. And then there were these whispers in my ear from friends, usually Prabhupada disciples in particular, who would say, oh, it's, you really kind of made it when he chastises you. And it's, when he chastises you, it's like you're withered. It's like you're sort of blasted into a sort of dust, but it's somehow relishable. I couldn't understand, how can you be chastised by this person who could actually create who for whom creating a planet is nothing? How can you be just chastised by this powerful person and come out of it clean the other side with even greater enthusiasm? So as each year went on, I was extremely relieved and happy that Gurudev never tested this. And I was like, crap, I haven't been chastised yet. This is good. Yeah, liking this. Just keep the relationship as it is, Gurudev. You be sweet to me and I'll just continue following you. So when he did first chastise me, I remember he asked me, it was about something to do with the Bhakti Trust, and there was some follow-up that he was particularly keen on. And out of everybody on the Bhakti Trust, I was the youngest, and he looked at me with his piercing blue eyes, and he said, and what have you done about this? And I hadn't really done a great deal, to be honest. And I just felt, everything within me just collapsed, as though he had seen the true lack of solidity in my faith, and I felt totally seen through. But at the same time, it felt beautiful. And I remember once there was some disagreement amongst some devotees, and we were in Malaysia, and Srila Gurudeva got hold of a letter. I couldn't even remember writing this letter, and he was telling me off for something I'd said in the letter, and I was convinced that Gurudev had misunderstood what I had said. So I had the temerity to sort of say, no, Gurudev, I didn't mean that. I meant that. And he looked at me, and it was basically, if I say blue is black and black is blue, that is the way it is. And I left those few days in Malaysia, even though I couldn't understand anything he'd done in the detail, but the story is not important. It's just it's the mood. Even though I didn't understand anything he'd done, and it seemed quite radical and controversial, even seemed a little unfair externally, something came in my heart, which is probably Gurudev telling me, through his Vani rather than his Vapu, is you don't understand what I'm doing, you will understand. Just tolerate everything that's going on, understand you don't understand, and at some point in the future, probably in a few years, you will get it. And I did. And I did get it, and it felt really beautiful. And it felt so, all I can say is for the chastisement felt like a billion pats on the head. Because it was like, I finally understood he could see that I trusted him enough that he could tell me what was what. It was almost like he was letting me in more closely by challenging me. And so it made me close to him as my father. So it was very beautiful getting a few chastisements from him, and my previous concern about this was unwarranted.
The time when we met Gurudev was when I had developed this strong attachment for a boy, and so somebody had told me that they had a situation like that once, and they just gone up to Gurudev and told him, and he had like this instantly taken it away. So I thought, okay, I kind of want that as well. So I went to Gurudev's room, and I mean, it was attached to the boy. I didn't want to let him go or anything, you know, but I just thought I have to. It's my, otherwise that's what I need to do. So I went into Gurudev's room, and I told him, I was crying, like sinking to the floor. Gurudev stand up, like standing up, crying. Gurudev, some problem there, yeah. And so I'm so absorbed. I feel such an idiot right now because I was so absorbed in this like stupid little Leela. So Gurudev starts giving me these instructions. He starts going like, I want you to be strong. I want you to distribute. No, I want you to help me spread this mission of Mahaprabhu and Krishna. I want you to distribute my books. I can't even remember. He starts giving me all these instructions, you know. Like normally devotees, they're dying to get like any kind of instruction from Gurudev, what they need to do with their life. I had no interest at all. I was just interested in this boy and crying for this boy. And so many times I wish now that I could just go back in time and listen to those instructions, the things that he was giving me. But at that time I just couldn't, you know. And only thing what I remember is basically tell me, help me to spread this mission, my mission and the mission of Mahaprabhu, and used to distribute my books. So and then later on also again I came out, and that magic thing where, you know, Gurudev just takes it out and it's gone, it didn't happen. So I was quite disappointed because it was a lot for me to go in there, and then it didn't happen. So then the person that told me said, yeah, but actually I actually just told him the name and everything, because I hadn't done that, you know. I just said there's a boy and this and that. So I thought, okay, I guess I didn't do it right. So then Gurudev was going for class, and so he's coming out of his room. He has this, you know, Gurudev with like two brahmacharis on each side and a crowd around him, and thinking like, okay, I'm just gonna have to say it. I just have to put my ego aside and in front of everybody just get it out, you know, because otherwise how am I gonna get out of the situation? So I go up to this Gurudev and say, Gurudev, actually, I think I didn't say everything to you. Actually, the name of the person is blah, 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 blah. I'm telling the name. Everybody's kind of just looking at me because I'm like this total mess, crying and everything, like, oh God, it's a boggly Westerner, whatever, you know. And Gurudev just looks at me and goes like, oh, you know, it looks really disappointed. And he goes like, I wanted to give your heart to Krishna. I wanted to make it so beautiful and offer it to Krishna, but now you've given it to somebody else. What can I do? It was like, still it wasn't gone though. It still was there. And actually I became very angry at that time. It's like I also want that, but why are you not taking this thing away, you know? And I got really angry, and I struggled quite a bit longer after that with that attachment. But again, like over time it was so helpful, because then after that, anytime even a small attachment would start to develop, I would always remember Gurudev looking and saying like, I wanted to give your heart to Krishna. It's like something you can grab and hold on to and go like, no, that's not what this life is for. This life is for making your heart for Krishna and not for anybody else, you know.